And now, folks, it is time. This is the moment that I know that many have been waiting for. After 4 months of this long strike, it is time now that we talk about a trailer! Yes, the strike is done, the restrictions are out, and now it means that I can finally talk about movie trailers again in AniMat's crazy cartoon cast. And what better way to go and start this off with something that is already one of the most anticipated movies of 2024. And I will be talking about this a little bit later, excuse me by the way, but I will also go and mention that this is a trailer in which has already been breaking records and has already been called the biggest animated trailer of all time so far. So with that said and done, it is now time that we shall go and take a look at the teaser trailer for the upcoming Pixar animated feature, Inside Out 2. And that was the teaser trailer for Inside Out 2, to which the movie is going to be coming out in June of 2024. And yes, as I have stated before, this is indeed so far the biggest animated trailer, considering that it has already broken the record as the most watched trailer for an animated movie in just 24 hours. So just in that 1 day span, it has managed to beat the record that was previously held by Frozen 2, to which during that time, the total amount of views that this trailer has gotten is 157 million views. 78 of which, according to my source on Variety, came from TikTok. So that's the major thing. It's the fact that now we officially got our first true look at Inside Out 2, and especially with the fact that they have revealed that some new emotions are going to be coming out. The first prominent one that they have seen, as you have just witnessed, is that we got a character named Anxiety, and I'm sure many people are already relating to this character, but it's also worth mentioning, I forgot to go and bring this up, but I might as well go and just show you all. When you see the poster for Inside Out 2, they have also revealed some other new characters as well, so hopefully you could see it right over here. But like, you got Anxiety, but on top of that, there are 3 other new emotions that are also going to be featured. We don't necessarily have a confirmation of who they are just yet, but I already know that the internet is really going all out in terms of speculation, trying to figure out who each of them are going to be. Some are saying embarrassment, some are saying envy, some are saying jealousy or whatever, but we do have some brand new emotions that are coming soon, and already the most prominent one that we have is going to be Anxiety. So you can already tell that Riley's going to be going through a lot in terms of her 13 years, so that yeah, when she's gonna enter puberty, it's gonna hit her like a ton of bricks. In fact, it's gonna be like the demolition that you have just seen in that teaser trailer. And also, by the way, I just want to go and explain something that personally I love. The first Inside Out movie. Not only do I consider it one of my personal favorite Pixar movies, but you probably remember a few years back, I even declared it as one of the best animated features from the 2010 decade. Like, it really was that amazing. I honestly, the team at Pixar and Pete Docter did such an incredible job with it. And I will confess that when I did hear that there was going to be a sequel to Inside Out, I believe they did reveal that back during the D23 Expo. You know, honestly, like, I felt cautiously optimistic. Like, I saw that there was some possibilities. Okay, like, you could, you know, there are some potential that you can do, but let me tell you, it's just going to be really, really tough to go and make a sequel that can be on par with Inside Out. Like this movie in particular would have to go and accomplish what Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse did, where there's this massive high bar that the first movie established, and the second one would have to find a way to really go all out in order to really surpass it. Because whenever Pixar would go and release a sequel and it's not on par, well then it's going to be met with a lot of cynicism. Like, this is the kind of movie that it needs to be great or people just flat out don't like it. Like, for me personally, I do enjoy many of the Pixar sequels. I'll admit, I really did like movies such as Incredibles 2 or Finding Dory, but I will admit that they're not as strong when compared to the originals, like the first Incredibles or Finding Nemo. But with Inside Out, though, I can imagine that the pressure is going to be on, especially right now that, it's good that it has already made a great first impression and that people are already really enjoying characters such as Anxiety so far. But yeah, like this really is going to be something where it's like all or nothing, that it's got to be one of the best movies of the year, or else people might not really be that interested, or I'm not going to say backlash, but it's going to be met with a lot of criticism if it doesn't reach that like legendary gold standard that the first movie has managed to grab. And I will say, in terms of my opinion, I don't officially know what to really say about this. Like, okay, it did capture my interest, but I don't know if I could really fully judge if this is going to be something like, oh my god, this is going to be amazing, we got to check this out, and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if I could fully get into that just yet. But honestly, it is interesting, the fact that we are getting, we're getting another Inside Out, and that we are returning to the mind of Riley and meeting up with our favorite emotions again, like with joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust. And, well, then we're also going to get the new ones as well. But there is also another thing that is worth mentioning, because this is also another factor that I can imagine that could bring up some discussions with some people, and that is especially in regards to characters like disgust and fear, because now it has officially been confirmed that Mindy Kaling and Bill Hader are not coming back. Let me just go back to the article on Variety. It has been confirmed that now Disgust is going to be played by Liza Lapira, and Fear will now be played by Tony Hale. Now, this is not necessarily based on any controversies that happened to them or anything like that, but it was previously revealed where it's actually because of payment issues. I believe it was around the same time during the D23 Expo in which the project was announced, where it was revealed that Amy Poehler was guaranteed to come back, and she was paid $2 million for it. But when it comes to Mindy Kaling and Bill Hader, they only got like a fraction of it. I believe they were only paid like $100,000 each in order to go and reprise their role. It could be a little bit more, but it's around there. People in the chat wall, if I'm wrong on that, feel free to go and correct me on it. But yeah, because of that, apparently they just find that the payments were an absolute joke, and that's why they refused to come back. So, yeah, some people are saying that Amy Poehler might have gotten like $5 million or something like that. That could be true. That could definitely be a possibility. I mean, that could be the thing. It's either $2 million or $5 million, but Amy Poehler is getting millions of dollars for it, where Bill Hader and Mindy Kaling, they're only getting like a tiny fraction of that. That's the main story of it. But I will say, though, I don't think this is going to be that much of a problem for this movie in particular. I don't think this is going to be something where people will feel like, oh, this movie is ruined that now that Mindy Kaling and Bill Hader are not going to be involved. Number one, with Mindy Kaling, I feel like, honestly, with her reputation, like, it's been damaged ever since Inside Out. There have been some things that has happened related to Mindy Kaling, not necessarily very troubling or career destroying, but something in which her reputation isn't as strong as what it used to be, especially when it was revealed that she had been supportive of J.K. Rowling and many of her transphobic comments, or, well, the reactions of Velma. So I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue, especially, like, even if you go back in this trailer, like, honestly, like, there have been some moments where we hear Discuss talking, and she doesn't sound that bad.
What do you mean, we?
Honestly, I don't mind hearing that voice, like, in regards to that, I feel like it's okay, like, I feel like maybe it'll sound a bit different, but it's not that bad. As for Bill Hader, though, I'm gonna confess, I really do admire Bill Hader as an actor, and especially as a voice actor, because he has such a great, versatile voice, and and he also provided a great performance as Fear. So honestly, I will definitely be missing him. But I will say that if there is going to be anyone who would go and replace Bill for a character like Fear, I think they did a great choice with Tony Hale. Much like with Bill, Tony has already shown that he is a great comedic actor, that he has a strong, versatile voice, and a long history of doing different kinds of voiceovers. And not to mention, he was definitely a great aspect of Toy Story 4. I mean, it's hard to really hate a character like Forky, and I mean, a big part of that is because of Tony Hale's performance. So honestly, I feel like, yeah, it sucks that Bill Hader is not coming back, but then again, the fact that they are getting someone like Tony Hale to play him, I think, it's a good replacement. I think he's going to do, I think he will be doing a good job on that. So overall, I will say that even though this teaser trailer didn't necessarily show me that much of the movie, but then again, I mean, this is a teaser trailer, so I mean, it is doing its job. But it did definitely capture my intrigue, so I will absolutely be keeping an eye out for it. And yeah, like, as a fan of Inside Out, I will definitely be watching this. Well, I mean, then again, I have no choice because, like, it's my job. I gotta go and do a review on it, but either way, I'll be definitely keeping an eye out on this one. I'm not going to go and put out my judgment as to how this movie is going to be, but hey, I mean, like, our favorite emotions are going to be coming back to the big screen, so that's already exciting enough. All right, so with that said and done, I would like to go into the chat wall, and now I would like to ask you all, what do you think of Inside Out 2? Are you people excited for it? Did the trailer already sell you on the idea of this? Do you have any concerns that you would like to go and bring up? Let me know what you all think. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, and, well, might as well start this off with someone by the name of Pixar Girl, very fittingly. I'm excited for this. So is my sister, and she was super skeptical about it. Then the wrecking ball came like Miley Cyrus, and that caught her attention. Anxiety isn't the best looking character design, but I am still excited to see her. Envy, ennui, and embarrassment. Anxiety voiced by Maya Hawke, and as a Stranger Things fan, I see this as an absolute lesbian win. How much you want to bet people will have a freak out about Riley's puberty like they did with Turning Red and Baymax? Probably they will. Like, I mean, considering that those types of people, like, reactionaries, have the memory of a goldfish, and maybe they could legitimately be suffering from short-term memory loss, but, oh yeah, they're gonna go through that whole thing again. They're gonna go through that whole cash cow and try to, like, really develop that kind of controversy, like, literally make a mountain out of a molehill. I would not be surprised whatsoever. And I mean, honestly, that would be one thing I would disagree with you. I mean, if you are literally gonna make a personification out of something like anxiety, I think this is a good look, because I mean, let's be honest, you look at a character like this, they look like a nervous wreck. You know, like this is someone like that you could tell they got some issues. And if you stand, and honestly, if you stand next to them for even like 5 seconds, you know a panic attack is going to occur. So honestly, I think like the design of this character actually looks cute. I think it looks great. And like, yeah, you look at this, you look at this character and you could say, yeah, that looks like an anxiety character. All right, let's see now. This looks like everything I could have possibly wanted for an Inside Out sequel. The concepts are as imaginative as the first. The recasting of fear and disgust is surprisingly not that noticeable, and I love Anxiety's design. She looks like a goofy little Fraggle. That is actually true. You know, this looks like, yeah, this looks like a Fraggle with some serious issues. But anyways, this is going to be an absolute must watch. But one thing I got to ask is if Anxiety is going to take the wheel, will Twitter make a ton of realistic panic attack jokes? Note, Twitter does not make realistic panic attack jokes. How should I know? Honestly, like, this is the person, like, whenever people go on Twitter, this is the person who goes and, like, takes control. It's either her or it would be anger. It's one of those two emotions that are taking the wheel whenever you would go and open the Twitter app. But either way, like, it's part of the reason why I don't even interact in there anymore. Like, it's a mess. I still believe, yes, that site is going to be dying eventually, and it should, honestly. It's at the point where, like, if it's not at the point that it's not shutting down anytime soon, its current state is like, nah, it's better off if it doesn't exist. Let's see, what else do we have here? Let's see. I absolutely adore the first Inside Out and consider it one of my favorite Pixar films. And I am very impressed. The animation is still as impressive. I'm really enjoying Anxiety so far, and I'm really curious how they could continue the story of Inside Out. So overall, I'm very excited, and I can imagine that this could end up being a billion-dollar hit if this movie manages to live up to the hype. That is actually true. I mean, if it's not going to be Wish that will become a billion-dollar hit, then Disney's next animated billion-dollar movie will definitely be Inside Out, especially with the positive reception that it's having, especially with the fact that it's already breaking records, even more so than Frozen 2 with the teaser trailer alone. Oh yeah, I could see this being a great success. And if it's going to be a movie that will get raving reviews, even if it's not as positive as the first Inside Out, then, like, if they are at least very positive, then yeah, I can imagine for sure this is going to be the movie that will help Disney pick themselves back up on their feet, and they will get $1 billion on that for sure. Let's see what else we got here. Anxiety is now my newest friend in my fictional character club I completely made up. I've been waiting for this for so long for an Inside Out sequel. I have such a strong soft spot for Inside Out, as it was the first Pixar movie I've seen when I started adulthood. Although Pete Docter isn't directing this one, I'm excited for the crew that are working with this, especially that special friend of mine I did previously mention on the podcast. I don't care if it's as good as the first, I'm ready to see it. Oh, definitely, man. The hype is real, and it shows. Who else do we have? I could see this becoming Pixar's next Toy Story, and I could see the third film diving into Riley's young adult years as she's near 18 and become an adult, and see how she and her emotions deal with becoming independent and confident. I mean, it's a series where I love to see the main character grow and how her emotions deal with the new changes of her life. Live a little divided with Mindy returning. She's not returning. But yeah, that's the thing. It's like, someone's saying, it's like, I don't know about Mindy Kaling returning, but that's what I'm saying though. Mindy Kaling is not coming back. It's now just to go back, it's now going to be Liza Lapira, so you don't have to worry about Mindy Kaling or anything like that. There is no Velma association with Inside Out 2. Alright, I think I'm going to read one more comment before we jump on to the next story. Let's see, who else would we have? Did I read through this? Okay, there we go. I'm definitely hyped for this movie. I do like the first movie, and it looks like they are upping the potential for the sequel. Also, is it just me, or does Anxiety look like a Muppet version of Fragley from Diary of a Wimpy Kid? Oh boy. Honestly, I know like I've reviewed the two animated movies, but I'm trying to remember who is Fregley. Like honestly, like is Fregley like the little kid? Is it like the baby brother of Greg? I don't know. I feel like it's just like my memory is escaping, and I mean with the quality of those two animated movies, oh, the secret. Oh, the freckled kid. Oh, right. Oh, that guy. Oh, ew. Ugh. Ugh. No. Ew. Ah. Nah. No, thank you. I don't want to know about the stupid secret freckle kid. All right.